Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Azimah binti Zainal Abidin and my partner ALIZA binti Mazam. So for lab computer network system, LAB2, building a switch router network using IPv4. Okay, so this is the topology from lab sheet, and we design into the packet tracer. This is a PCA, switch, router 2, and PCB. Then we connect all the wire until green. For the objective, set up the topology, configure device and verify connectivity, and display device information. So for part 1, set up a topology in an initialized device and we connect the wire. Part 2, configure device and verify connectivity. We assign static IP address. IP address subnet mask default gateway. Next, we IP configure all. We configure the IP address subnet mask default gateway. And then we configure IP configure /all at PCB, and from PCB. Next, we ping PCB from command from window PCA, ping IP address PCB. So the result packet send 4, receive 0, loss, total loss 4, and total loss 100%. For the question, why were the pings not successful? The router interface default gateway have not been configured yet, so layer 3 traffic is not being routed between subnet. Step 2, we configure the switch. We start from step A until step K, and we save, and we enter the show clock, and then we ping the SVI management address on PCA and ping the address. So the result, packet send 4, receive 3, and loss 1, total loss 25%. For step 3, test and verify the remote management of S1. We follow the step from A and then we enter the command telnet IP address. After that, we enter the Cisco password. From the telnet season, we save and copy the command to save, copy running configure startup configure, and exit the season. For question, why must you use a console connection to initialize, configure the switch? Why not connect to the switch via telnet or SSH? For a new switch, you must use console connection to initialize, configure it. This is because a new switch initialize has no data and no IP address. Both telnet and SSH cannot use to be connect. The new switch has, they both require an IP address to establish the connection. Okay, for step 4, configure the router. We follow the step A until step K, interface, and then we set the clock on the router and save the running configure, and then we need to ping PCB from command prompt window on PCA and ping IP address on, we ping IP address PCB. So the packet send 4, receive 3, loss 1, total loss 25%. For the question, were the pings successful? Why? the router is routing the ping across the two subnets. The default setting for the switch will automatically turn up the interface that are connected to the device. For part 3, we display device information. Step 1, retrieve hardware and software information. So this is a result we got. Okay, for question, what is the name of the iOS image that the router is running? We can get from this command here. Okay, for the answer is C2900 Universal K9M. How much DRAM memory does the router have? 524 288 bytes. How much MB RAM memory does the router have? 255 bytes. How much flash memory does the router have? 249,856 bytes. And then we show the version. For the question, what is the name of the iOS image that switch is running? So the answer is C2960 LAN base M. How much dynamic random access memory DRAM does the switch have? 21039 bytes. For next question, how much non-volatile random access memory NVRAM does the switch have? 63488 bytes. Next, what is the model number of the switch? WSC2960240T. Okay, next I will pass to ALIZA.
Okay, for the step to display the routing table on the router, first we have on the router we have to show the IP route. Okay, this is the result for the IP route. Show the IP route for IP route, and then what code is used in the routing table to indicate a directly connected network, which is C. The answer is C. How many route entries are coded with a C code in the routing table? 2. What interface type are associated to the C coded route? Gigabyte Ethernet 0/0 and Gigabyte Internet 0/1. And then for the step to display the interface information on the router. For the router, we have to show the interface G0/1. Okay, this is the result. And then what is the operational status on the G0/1 interface? The answer is Gigabyte Internet 0/1 is up. Line protocol is up, which is connected. What is the media access control MAC address of the G0/1 interface? And then the answer is 000A.F32A.DC02. And how is the internet address displayed in this command? 192.168.1.1/24. Okay, step 4, display a summary list of the interface on the router and the switch. First, on the router we type show IP interface brief. Okay, this is the result for our group. Okay, and then for the switch we have to show the IP interface brief. Okay, this is our result. Okay, from the show interface brief for switch and router, we input the data in the table. Okay, so this is for the switch, and then this is for the router. Okay, reflection. If the G0/1 interface show administratively down, what interface configuration command will you use to turn the interface up? We use r1 config -if #no shut. Okay, for question 2, what will happen if you had incorrectly configured interface G0/1 on the router with an IP address of 192.168.1.10? The answer is PCA will not be able to ping PCB. This is because PCB is on different network than PCA, which is require the default gateway router to route this packet. PCA is configured to use the IP address of 192.168.1.1 for the default gateway router, but this address is not assigned to any device on the LAN. Any packet that need to be sent to the default gateway for routing will never reach their destination. Okay, so this is for running configuration for switch 1. So on the switch 1, we have to type show running config, and then this is the result for the show running config. This is the interface for switch. And then for the running configuration for router 1, on the router 1 we have to show running config, and then this is the result. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you.